Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming, homage to Master Sakya Zeng Kong, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Thupten Dorji, homage to the three jewels of the altar, homage to the main deity of the group practice today, Guru Padma Sambhava. Ahom Peta Guru Padma Siddhi Homse and all of his consorts, Ichijogar, Mandarawa, Sakya Devi, Kalasiddhi, and Tashi children. Simao, Danzeng Kato, Tuten Siddhi, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, how do you do? Aisteru, Sarange,
Hola amigo,
Hola amigo,
te quiero mucho.
Sugoi,
Sugoi,
Ichiban,
Kimochi, Juni, Yapi,
Yapi,
Bling Bling,
Bling Bling,
Konbanwa.
Konbanwa. At the beginning of the Dharma teaching, I would like to start with a joke. On the television, there's a horror story, and the wife asks me, "Are you afraid of ghosts?" And I said, "No." And my wife asked me again, "Why?" And then the husband replied, "I'm not afraid of you when you take off your makeup, so ghost is nothing." As a spiritual cultivator, spiritual cultivators are the fearless ones. We can say that we are not afraid of anything. As a spiritual cultivator, we are not afraid of anything. And the Buddha taught us that the only thing that you should be careful about is the karma that you create.
这个是要谨慎。
This you should be prudent and cautious.
你要战战兢兢的。
You should be extremely cautious
要持戒。
and chant mantra
忍夫放逸。
to prevent
免
laxation,
到了业
to avoid the creation of karma.
这个倒不是怕，
This is not fear,
自己障来业障，
but
你就
once you create your own karma,
开了，
once you create
解
karma,
脱了轮回，
it would be impossible for you
这
to
样子。
be liberated from the reincarnation.
那么今天呢，
That's how it is. And today we will do
你问我答。
question and answer.
这个名字很难念。我这个老师
Oh, this name.
讲过，但是呢，
It's very difficult to pronounce.
很少念到这个字，所以我忘掉。
So I forget how to pronounce this
上面有一个
name,
姓卢的
this
宝盖
character.
底下有一
This is the radical of the
个
Chinese.
八字，一个人字，一个木字，这个字怎么念？一个卢，
How do I pronounce this character?
一个卢，卢上面的那个宝盖，底下有一横一八，一人一木。这个字怎么念？瑞，应该是瑞吧？台湾的莲花瑞
From Taiwan,
有一个日
Lianhua Rui,
太阳的那个
and
字，
the other
然后一个公
character.
斤的斤，那个字怎么念？念斤。心，念心呐、那就是瑞莲花瑞。
So how do you pronounce it?
为什么要起这么
莲花瑞
难
心。
念的名字？
Why do you have such a difficult name to pronounce?
很少。
Very rare.
请问师尊，禅
So
定
this
中
person,
到很安静的状态，
in my meditation, when it is very tranquil,
感受到身体内
I can feel inside my body
一颗的震动，
beats,
珍珠
shaking
丸子一样，
beats after beats like pearls.
一吸都非常
They are very clear in inhalation and exhalation,
会有很小到很
from small to very large,
到充满整个，
as large as the whole torso.
就在师尊的开示中，
I don't think I've ever heard you talk about this.
可否请教师尊，
Could you
什
please
么样的现象？
explain what kind of phenomena it is?
这个确实我没有听过。
I really never heard of it.
在禅定中，
In my meditation,
状态时
when it is very tranquil,
会感受到身体内有
very quiet,
颗的震动，就很像珍珠丸子一样。
I could
一颗
feel inside my body beats shaking, beats after beats like pearls.
面积会有
They are very clear
到
in inhalation and exhalation, from very small to very large, even as large as the whole body. Anyone has this experience? Please raise your hand. Anyone has similar experience? Let me tell you, if you have this experience, it would have been better. That when in meditation, when it is very tranquil, you can feel inside the body beads after beads of diamonds shaking. And these diamonds jumped out from the skin pores. And each of the diamonds are very clean and transparent. And I can see them very clearly. The diamonds were very small and then they grew to become bigger and feels as big as the whole body. Have you ever heard this? Even Lamdre never wrote anything like this. There's only you. What kind of phenomena this is? In my meditation, when it is very tranquil, I have no feelings whatsoever. Not even my breathing. And no pearls or beads, no diamonds. When I open my eyes, it's 4 o'clock already. I started from 12:30, and when I opened my eyes, it was 4 o'clock already, and I felt very energetic. And no dreams, nothing. When I open my eyes, it's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock, so and then I went to bed. That's my own spiritual experience. I did not even feel any breathing. When you truly enter meditation, there's no more breathings. No beads, no pearls, no diamonds, no dreams, nothing. No feelings, no sensations, no spiritual experiences. But you're not falling asleep either. You could not say that you just slept for over 3 hours. No. It wasn't falling asleep. Only that is true meditation. If you're still aware of inhalation and exhalation, that's not meditation. And about the pearls, I can say that those are qi. The qi inside your body, when they are gathering, becomes like pearls. And the qi sometimes is small And then when it's big, it fills the whole body.
那个是气。
That's qi.
所以当你知道有一呼一吸的时候，还不是禅定。
If you're still aware of inhalation and exhalation, that's not meditation yet.
安静的状态。
But it is quiet
可以接受到你的
and
气
tranquil, so you can feel the qi becomes like beats
然后可以充满全身，那是气。
and can be small, can be big, or fill the whole body. That's the qi.
那么还有一呼一吸，那都是气。
And the inhalation, exhalation, those are also qi.
回答是这个，
That's the answer.
我的回答。
That's my answer.
再来一个问题，美国
The next question
加州
from California, United States.
States California 莲花照墙，
莲花照墙。
请问入三昧地时还是禅定？
Grandmaster,
尊在三昧地闲机中，
in your book Pith Teachings to Samadhi, you mentioned that in the four meditation realms there still exists consciousness.
也不存在的情形。
My question is there a case where consciousness does not exist anymore? That the consciousness has merged with the cosmic void? Also, is the consciousness the same as Buddha nature? Several questions.
四禅
The four meditation realm.
禅定的时候啊，
When
到
you meditate,
无边处，
you can reach the
是无边处，
boundless
无所有
space, and
非
then
想非
the
非想
boundless time and
是
the
禅等于四空，
非想处,
等于是四空天。
the highest heavenly realm. So that's the four heavenly realms of emptiness, and even that you still have the consciousness.
但也有神识不存在的，
But
那就
there
是实
is
相当下
a case where the consciousness does not exist anymore, like what Grandmaster just said.
到完全无所有，
When you
完全
reach
无所有
a state where
更进去，
nothing exists,
完全没有的，连神识也不存在的，就是说，
when nothing exists, you don't even have
经过了三个，
consciousness. So, like
我还以为
in a
说
split
只是禅定
of the moment,
其实已经
3.5 hours have passed, and I thought it was just for a second.
这个就是神识也融入虚空，
So the consciousness also merged with the cosmic void. So is consciousness the same as Buddha nature?
好像在唯识里面有提到，
In Yogacara, it was mentioned
鼻舌
that the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind,
然后再来是，就是叫什么事？
Alaya,
莫那
Mona consciousness,
莫那识，莫那识就是六个识全部综合，就是
which is
莫那识。
the combination of all 6 consciousness,
阿那亚里
and then the Alaya
也
consciousness.
有静，也有
And
清净，
inside the
还
Alaya
有
consciousness,
无细的
there is the pure and slight contaminant.
按照
according to Yogacara,
就是阿赖耶识场如来
that the alaya storehouse consciousness of Tathagata
就是佛性是藏在第八识里面
that the Buddha nature is hidden inside the eighth consciousness, and also other
所以
things.
神是等于佛性吗？
So is consciousness the same as Buddha nature?
耳鼻
But what you're talking about consciousness here is the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind, mona, and alaya. But even alaya is not
真
yet.
正的第九识
You have to reach the
第
ninth
九识的
consciousness,
清净识
which is called the pure consciousness.
第十识就无垢识
And then the 10th consciousness is called the immaculate consciousness. Only at the 10th consciousness is the same as Buddha nature.
那么佛性本身来讲起来，其实佛性也包含了整个
And Buddha nature also encompasses the 8 consciousness.
所有的神识也叫做佛性。
And at the greatest point also includes the Buddha nature. But the smallest one would include the immaculate or the pure consciousness.
所以你学习唯识的，
So if you are a Yogacara practitioner, then you know what is
中观的
Buddha
是一
nature.
样可以
And the same thing for Madhyamaka. You can also reach the most profound Buddha nature. Buddha nature is very difficult to explain. Therefore,
所以佛讲
the Buddha said it
的
is
就是佛性，
inconceivable
没办法解释，
and it is
没有形体，
unspeakable
没有
because it's difficult to describe, no form, no
佛
tangible,
性是不可说的。
not tangible, no forms. So the Buddha nature cannot be put into words.
神是等于佛性吗？
So is the consciousness the same as Buddha nature?
神是是佛性，也非佛性。
The consciousness is Buddha nature, but it also not Buddha nature.
这是回答莲
That's
花
all I can explain.
台湾
The answer to 莲花造
莲
像
花分
Taiwan
文问的，
莲花分文
弟子莲花分文顶礼师尊，想请问师尊，
Homage to Grandmaster.
台雷题字说
Would like to ask you about the calligraphy that you wrote at the Taiwan Leicang Temple. Quote,
是
it
性
is not the consciousness that extinguishes emptiness. The consciousness and nature are naturally
佛
empty.
祈请师尊
This is the non-dual gate
习入门。
to the Dharma.
另外，
Grandmaster, please teach us how to enter the gate. If the consciousness and nature are naturally empty, what is it that could discern that indeed the consciousness and nature are naturally empty?
另一个视性吗？
Isn't there another kind of consciousness?
莲花照墙所问的，
Like the question by Lianhua Zhao Qiang.
这个莲花分文所问的，
So my answer to the question asked by Lianhua Zhao Qiang can be applied to the question asked by Lianhua Fenwen.
是不能够灭空的，
The consciousness cannot extinguish emptiness. The emptiness encompasses consciousness. So therefore, consciousness cannot extinguish emptiness. Emptiness is emptiness. How can it be extinguished?
是不能灭的。视性自空，所有的事本来就包含
And the
在空。
consciousness
这
encompass
个是
inside emptiness. And this is the non-dual gate to the Dharma. It is the ultimate, the only one. Therefore, the Buddha nature is the only one, is the ultimate. There is no two, just one, the only one. Therefore, it's called the true suchness. What I meant is this. Grandmaster, please teach us how to enter the gate. It depends on your meditation ability and power. Lamdre is talking about how to enter the gate. How to enter the gate? Just listen to the Lamdre expounded by Grandmaster Lu. How to enter into Samadhi, the cause and the fruit. How to enter the gate. If the consciousness and nature are naturally empty, how to discern that indeed consciousness and nature are naturally empty? If you have reached the realm that consciousness and nature are naturally empty, there is no need for discernment. There is nothing called discernment. There's no discerning at that realm. Now you understand? Wow, the questions today are very deep. Next, from China, Lianhua Wanliang. Grandmaster Amitabha, in your book 250th, Uncanny Insight into the Unknown, in the 24th article you mentioned that the bronze statue of Padmakumara can increase and decrease in size. Please kindly advise, is this kind of change due to the Buddha's power to allow the eighth consciousness of the bronze statue to change? Is this the same concept as, in quote, the master teaches the Dharma and the stone nods its head? Wow, this time all the questions are very deep. The bronze statue of Padmakumara can increase and decrease in size. So this kind of change, is this kind of change due to the Buddha's power to allow the eighth consciousness of the bronze statue to change? Is this the same concept as, in quote, the master teaches the Dharma and the stone nods its head? It should be. The master teaches the Dharma and the stone nods itself, the stubborn stone. So a master teaches the Dharma at a place where no people are around, but the stones are jumping around. There's this legendary saying. The naughty stones. And the bronze statue of Padmakumara get bigger and get smaller. So Grandmaster it is mentioned in the Transcendent Power. And Grandmaster is small, that's why I wear high heels. At my tallest point, I was 163 centimeter. Now I'm 158 centimeter. So that's why Grandmaster can become smaller. I measured my height and I was 163 centimeter. And recently, I became 158 centimeter. So what happened to the 5 centimeter? So I became smaller. And in the past, I was 163, so I got bigger then. Why did I become smaller? Because the spines and all the bones, we can say that the secretion has decreased. So the body also decreases in size. So when you become whole body sarira, you become even smaller. In Hong Kong, there is the Master Ye Xi, the whole body sarira. At the 144, which is the temple of thousands Buddhas. At the area called Quanwan. And we have to pass by the Fei Qian temple of the Guoxian, the Venerable Guoxian, which is the monk who ordained Grandmaster. So you would see the whole body sarira of Master Ye Si became this small. So for the whole body sarira, it became even smaller. It shrank. And also the monk Sito, when he was discovered in Japan, also was this small, only this small. The monk Sito, this small. And also Master Ye Si became this small. And Grandmaster too can become really big and appeared. Gao Minglu saw Grandmaster as tall as 2 floors of a building. 2 floors of a building. That's very tall. So Gao Minglu saw Grandmaster that tall, and he saw that with his eyes open from the Bay Area in San Francisco, in California. Dhamma brother Gao Minglu, Dhamma brother Gao, and Grandmaster that travels, that soul travel, sometimes very small. And one time someone saw Grandmaster's brow point emitting bright light, and looking inside, there is a small Padma Kumara chanting sutra and tapping on the wooden fish. And that Padma Kumara is extremely tiny at the brow point inside it. A beating on the wooden fish, not just one, 108 of Padma Kumaras. And that Padma Kumaras are even smaller, like ants inside it, tapping on the wooden fish. So it can be big or small. Of course, when you reach a certain realm in meditation, you can see that the bronze statue can also increase or decrease in size. This is in the realm of spiritually. It can become big or small, but in the physical world, you need the power of the Buddha to change size. So in the spiritual realm, it can become big or small as a sesame seed or mustard seed, and as big as filling the whole space, the whole cosmic space, or the whole universe. This phenomena can happen. That's the concept. This is answer to the Lianhua Wanliang from China. In Grandmaster's eyes, that all the statues at the Seattle Lechang Temple, they're all alive. When I see the image of Golden Mother, sometimes her face is sideways. She didn't want to see me. So she doesn't want to look at me, so she looks sideways. And then I thought I must have done something wrong. That's why she did not want to see me. The strangest one is the Golden Mother in the Seattle Lechang Temple. That doesn't want to look me straight in the face. She always looks sideways. But the other Golden Mothers do. That's how I see her. Why wouldn't you want to see me straight in my face? I pay attention to her, but she still ignores me. One day I will ask her, why can't you look straight into my eyes? Is it because Grandmaster Lu loves beauties? That's why you ignore me? And the other Golden Mothers always look at me, like the Golden Mother in my spiritual consultation room. She's also beautiful, but she's covered by the screen of pearls covering her face. She's beautiful. And the Padma Kumara at the Tantric Quarter, and the Golden Mother at the South Mountain Retreat, the Golden Mother at the Tantric Quarter, the Golden Mother at my spiritual consultation room, and the Golden Mother at Rainbow Temple. That was carved by Master Changren. The young Golden Mother always look at me. The only one who ignores me is the one at the Seattle Lechang Temple. She's truly great. She didn't even want to look at me. That's so strange. Every time I look at her, and she always ignores me. So look, the statues, the face can turn. So this answers Lianhua Wanliang. this golden mother is fiber optic. The one is fiberglass. It's fiberglass, and it was donated by Lu-Ling Shen, which is the grandpa of Reverend Lien Ming. And also the dragon pillars, they were all made by Lu-Ling Shen. And also the Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. And he would look at me directly. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas would look at me straight in my face. But there's only one golden mother that never looked at me directly, is this golden mother at the Seattle Lechang Temple. She never did look at me directly. She ignores me. That's so weird. All golden mothers always look at me. The only one is the golden mother at the Seattle Lechang Temple. Every time I look at her, her face and her head is always looking sideways. See? It can change. So I am telling the truth. Sometimes she would look at me and then turn her head. Because Grandmaster can see Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and they do change. From Indonesia, Lien Hua Xianghe, to my brother, Grandmaster Amitabha, I would like to ask, I have been chanting Uchisama mantra over 20 years. Every time I have a nightmare, I am able to chant Uchisama long and short mantras. And before I finish chanting, the nightmare would disappear. In the dreams, I am able to chant not only Uchisama mantra, but also other mantras as appropriate to the dream, and chant the mantra in the dream. Is this considered a spiritual response or spiritual union? Amitabha. This person is called Shi Xianghe from Indonesia. Congratulations. This is a congratulation. The fact that you can chant mantra in your dream to eliminate your nightmares or bad dreams, that's already incredible power. That ability alone is already incredible. That's signs of spiritual responses, spiritual union. Every time you can chant mantra in your dream, so in the future when you go back, you can also chant mantra. I've said this before. If you can be in charge of your dreams, then you can be liberated. And those who cannot be in control of your dreams, you cannot guarantee your liberation yet. But you can chant Uchisama mantra for over 20 years, and when you have nightmare, you're able to chant Uchisama mantras and the nightmares disappear. And the dreams, you're able to chant not only Uchisama mantra, but also other mantras as appropriate to the dream, and then chant in the dream.
这个是属于感应。
This is considered spiritual response and also spiritual union. So if you can chant mantra in your dreams, that means you can also cultivate spiritually in your dreams. If you, in the future, when you close your eyes, when you leave behind your physical body, and you encounter any undesirable realms, you can chant mantra and to make them disappear. So you're destined, you definitely can go to a better realm. So now you have assurance that you can be reborn in the Pure Land. So this is also a kind of attainment. That in the dreams you can cultivate spiritually, in the dreams you can eradicate bad realms, and then you can go to better realms, to good realms. So that's definite. Anyone can do this here, that when you encounter bad things in the dreams, you can chant the Yidam's mantra and eradicate it. Clear Master is able to do this. When I encounter any bad things, I would fly and fly over and transcend the bad realms. Clear Master does see bad things sometimes, encounter bad situations in the dreams. A group of people, a huge group of people attacking, holding weapons and sticks and poles. Immediately I can leap and fly to the sky, and encountering a huge river, immediately I can fly over the river. When I encounter the tall mountain, I can fly over the tall mountain. Do you have such experience? Fly. I can fly in my dreams. Last night I also flew. I saw many people looking at me. So I flew just to show off to those people. See, I could fly. I'm able to fly, to levitate. Wherever I want to go, I can levitate and fly there. You need to practice until you can levitate. And those people seeing you flying was very surprised and shocked. So can you rise high into the air? Once you reach a certain realm in your spiritual cultivation, you would be able to soar and rise high in the air and fly. And I can also get something across the space. If I want something, I would lift a hand and then attract it, and then that thing would fly to my hand. So if I see something I like, I extend my hand, and that thing would fly over to my hand. So that's the great dharma of bringing things in. It's wonderful. Do you know? If you see a beautiful girl, you extend your hand, and that beautiful girl immediately be sucked in. I can really do it in my dreams. This great Dharma of absorbing things. When I see the white river, I would fly, or tall mountain, I would fly over it until I reach the cave where I practice. You should be able to do that. Then you have some attainments. Now, talking about the guiding path of Qi inside Lamdre, divided into 4. The spiritual experiences of upholding the basic position of the 5 Qi, the spiritual experiences of increasing the 5 kinds of power, the spiritual experiences of upholding the 4 major kinds, etc., and the spiritual experiences of upholding the 16 minor kinds, etc. So divided into 4 kinds. The first one, the spiritual experiences of upholding the 5 basic position of Qi. And second, the spiritual experiences for increasing the 5 kinds of power, the spiritual experience of upholding the 4 major kinds, and the spiritual experience of upholding the 16 minor kinds. Now, the first one, the spiritual experiences of upholding the basic position of the 5 Qi. The verse, water entering the earth is the yang flame, refers to the concept arising from disregarding the reliable guru, rushing one's own practice, and intentionally creating disorder. It should be referred as the earth merging into water as the phenomena of smoke. If the basic holding place for the earth energy is at the navel, then for the 3 spiritual experiences of the scene, dream, and body, smoke will appear. So we start from the earth. When a human being dies, or in meditation, from earth entering into water, it starts from the earth entering into water. Earth, water, fire, wind, and void or space. So first the earth and then water. Earth into water, water into fire, fire into wind, and wind into space. That's how you enter. The earth merging into water is the phenomena of smoke. At the beginning of your meditation, the initial spiritual experience is the sign of smoke. If you study Lamdre, and these phenomena are also mentioned in the Great Perfection Dharma, you will see lots of phenomena, and you need to study them. You would be able to see smoke appearing in front of your eyes. This means that the earth is merging into water. When the earth merges into water, the phenomena of smoke appears. Disregarding the reliable guru, rushing one's own practice and intentionally creating disorder. So that's a kind of chaos. So the basic holding place for the earth energy is at the navel, and the siding, dream, and body, these three spiritual experiences. So the spiritual experiences of the siding, dream, and body, the smoke will appear there. So spiritual experiences involve, one is the things that you see with your eyes, that's called sighting. Things that you see in the dream is called dream. And things that you feel with your body. In all these three cases, smoke will appear. So this is the first case, when the earth entering into water. Then smoke will appear. This is the signs or phenomena that appears in Lamdre. Things that you see when you're awake with your eyes. You would be able to see smoke in the beginning. And your body can also feel the smoke appearing. And even when you dream, what you see is also the smoke. That's the sign of the earth entering into water. And the earth energy or qi is at the navel chakra. So the earth, water, fire, wind, and space. The earth entering into water, water entering into fire, fire entering into wind, wind entering into space. I will explain it to you. So in meditation or at the moment of death, those phenomena will appear. So that's the phenomena of smoke. A man and a woman on the train. And the woman said, every time you smile, I really want to invite you to my place. And the man, wow, really happy. And he said, are you single? And the woman replied, no, I am a dentist. Every time you smile, I want to invite you to my place. A woman said something like this to a man, and the man was really excited. And then the woman said, no, I'm a dentist. So his teeth must have been horrible. The wife asked the husband,
老公讲，问老婆，
the husband asked the
出去的
wife,
时候有没有人夸你？
Honey, anyone praising you when you go out?
老婆问，夸我什么？
Praising me what? The wife
老公
asked.
讲，夸
And the
你
husband replied
动眼的身材，
that you have a figure of sports, of an
我讲说，
athlete.
没有啊，我的身材适合
And
这项运动。
The wife said,
老公回
Nobody.
答，举
What
重。
kind of figure, what kind of athlete's figure do I have? Weightlifting. Is this funny?
举重是怎么样的身材？
What kind of figure do you have for weightlifting?
Ah, 刚刚七夕刚刚过哈。七夕
We have the double seven, which is Chinese Valentine's Day, the 7th day of the 7th month.
情人节我送你什么好？
The husband
修搭
asked the wife
你送什么我
lovingly,
都喜欢。
Honey, what should I give you for Valentine's Day?
的说，亲
And the wife was very shy and said, Oh, whatever you give me, I'll be
再
happy.
来接你回
And the
来
husband said, Okay, let me send you home to your family.
有一个比较好笑，小明在报纸上看到有优良品种的菌前
Xiaoming saw on the newspaper
支票购买，
that there is
几天以后
something on
送来的
sale.
就是普通的杂种钱。
It's a dog,
小明就打电话
and
去
then
登广告，
bought one, but what he got was just a
不是菌
ordinary
我要求要
dog, not
对方回答，
like a police dog.
仅承认
So I want to reply.
卖给你的是便衣，
But there's several different kinds of
不是
a
检
police dog, but the one that you have is undercover, so you cannot tell.
便衣。
So an undercover dog.
“这是属于鬼的笑话。
This is jokes about ghost.
昨天晚上出去散步，
Last night I went for a stroll, and I passed by a store, and I felt thirsty,
摸一下口
and then I wanted to pay, and realized I didn't bring any money. Good thing I brought my cell phone, so I made a call,
叫家人送
called home, and asked them
在
to
等待的过程中，
bring money.
他在
And
这个
while waiting
门口店的门口，看到很多人在路边
at
烧
the
金
door of the store, there are many people burning spirit
无
money.
聊地走进其中
So I was idly
闲聊
walked to an elderly lady
阴间的家人用
and just chatting, and she said, "Oh, I'm burning some paper monies to my relatives."
等我的家人
And what are you doing? Idly in the middle of the night, and I said, "Oh, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for my family to send me money."
我大声地讲
And immediately the elderly
家人送钱给
woman
我没有骗
trying to run away, and I said, "Really, I'm waiting for money,
跑光
waiting for the money from my family." And immediately everybody ran away. Xiao Qiang can play the flute. It's like a harmonica and also the porcelain flute. And he asked Xiaoming, "Can you play this?" And Xiaoming said, "No." And harmonica? No. And the flute? No. Then what else can you play? Oh, the air conditioner and also boasting. And this is play of words of Chinese. This is joke about coronavirus and also the Valentine's Day. Liu-Lang and Zini, which is the two Romeo and Juliets in the legend. One is on Earth, the other one is in the moon. And because of coronavirus, they only meet once a year, which is on the Valentine's Day. But this year it's cancelled because of coronavirus. So they're in quarantine. So that's like the cowherd and the weaving maid. His announcement made by the Jade Emperor that the cowherd and the weaving maid, cowherd on Earth and the weaving maid in the moon, they only meet once a year. But this year's cancelled. We can be on diet a day or 2 days later, but we cannot delay eating the ice cream, because if you don't eat it right away, it would melt. Do you know? So that's why you have to eat the ice cream right away. And you can wait for the diet, to go on diet. The wife make a phone call and ask, "Have you washed the clothes?" And the husband replied, "Oh, we have no power today, so we cannot use the washing machine." So the wife asked, "So what are you doing then?" And the husband replied, "I have nothing to do, so I'm watching TV." When Grandmaster is answering questions, it should not be contradictory, don't you think? What I say, every time I answer the questions, I would follow I would be rational and clear. There are lots of contradictory things in the world, but in the Dharma teaching, we cannot be contradictory. Many people notice that there are many conflicting things in Sakyamuni Buddha teaching, but they make sense. Why? Because you have to explain about the profound Buddha nature, but at the same time you have to explain all kinds of phenomena of the human world. And sometimes they are contradictory to each other. So therefore, he divided it into one is development stage and the other one is perfection stage. In Buddhism, there is a teaching to teach us to chant the Buddha's name, but at the same time also teaches you to reach the state of no thought. Isn't that contradictory? In meditation, you don't have to chant. But during the development stage, you have to chant the Buddha's name or chant mantra. But once you truly reach the highest realm, there's no need to chant the mantra or the Buddha's name anymore. This is contradictory. However, it is also structured and clear because it is improving, progressing from the development stage to the perfection stage. And the same with the Buddha's teaching. He had to teach about the human world and all its phenomena. And then stage by stage, from the realm of desire to the realm of form, and then to the realm of no form, and then to the 4 holy realms of 4 sagely realms, stage by stage, and they are all different. So that's the Buddha's teaching in a very clear and structured way. Because if you just talk about the 4 holy realms, most people will not be able to understand. So you have to start from the human world and the realm of desire, the realm of form, and the realm of no form. So it's like a staircase, stage by stage. They are not contradictory. Om Mani Padme Hum.